So friends, just confirm when I'm live so that with full josh we can start with today's session. Today's session will be dedicated to clubbing of income. Yes, yesterday we have done set off and carry forward of losses. This session will be on clubbing of income. Yes. So what is this clubbing of income? It's a very, very interesting concept. Okay. It is a concept so that tax avoidance doesn't happen. Getting it? What is tax avoidance and what is this clubbing of income? Let's try to understand. So, see, first you have which head of income? First, you have salaries, HP, then PGBP, capital gain, income from other sources. When you add incomes of all these five heads, okay, you get gross total income, isn't it? But friends, before getting gross total income, you have to do two things. One, set off and carry forward of losses, which we have seen yesterday. I hope you have understood that. We will see more practice sums of that. But before that, let me tell you, you also do clubbing of income. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Suppose HP loss is 2 lakhs and salary income is 10 lakh and you are out of 115 BAC. Then friends, your GTI will be 10 lakh minus 2 lakh, that is 8 lakh. Do you all agree with me? Of course, sir. That's why I am saying that only blindly adding 5 heads of income does not give you GTI. You have to consider set off and carry forward of losses also. There can be some brought forward loss of last year that also you might have to set off. Then and then only you will get what? GTI. Accordingly, you also have to consider provisions of clubbing of income. But Ankita, what is clubbing of income? See, pay attention. Some other person's income is there that will be taxed in my hands. That is called as clubbing. So income of some other person will be included in my hands. That will be called as clubbing. So you will say, why there is a need of such clubbing? This is so unfair. But no, sir, it is not like that. Pay attention. Muskanji, what happens? Pay attention. Suppose Mr. X, there is one assessee, Mr. X, whose PGBP is 40 lakhs. What is his PGBP? His PGBP is 40 lakhs. And there is one Mrs. X, his wife, whose salary income is 25 lakhs. And they have one cute little child, minor child, whose name is Master X. And this Master X has, of course, no income. Originally, he has no income. Now, friends, listen to the story properly. This Mr. X, this husband, what he wants to do, he wants to do fixed deposit of how much? Of 20 lakhs. He wants to do FD of 20 lakhs for betterment of their family. This FD of 20 lakhs will earn interest at 5% per annum. Now, point is, if he does FD in his own name, what will happen? 20 lakh into 5%, that is 1 lakh, will become taxable in his own hands. That is in the hands of Mr. X himself. Do you agree? So, friends, he doesn't do FD in his own name. He does FD in name of whom? He does FD, Siley, in the name of Pallavi, child, minor child. Now, who will earn the income? Now, do you agree? Minor child will earn the income of this 1 lakh. Minor child's original income is 0. So, if you don't have any such provisions of clubbing, what will happen? Mr. X will continue to pay tax on 40 lakhs. Mrs. X will continue to pay tax on 25 lakhs and minor will pay tax on 1 lakh. But you know, minor has no other income. So his income is within basic exemption limit. So he will pay zero tax. In short, this 1 lakh rupees has become tax free for Mr. X. Getting it? Mr. X will be so happy that 1 lakh rupees has, is the income which they have enjoyed, but they have enjoyed it tax free. And that exactly planning every parent would do, that they will divert more and more income of their in the hands of their children, and children will not be liable to pay any tax because children's other income is nothing. Getting it? Government says we are not fools. Government says we know that SSC can do such mischief. Getting my point? Government says that we know SSCs can do such mischief. Clear? So government says include this 1 lakh rupees as income of either father or mother whosoever income is greater before such clubbing. Getting my point? So this 1 lakh rupees will be now clubbed, means will be now taxable, not in the hands of child, but in the hands of Mr. X in this example, because Mr. X's income is 40 lakhs. So this 1 lakh will be taxed in the hands of Mr. X. This is called as clubbing of income. So income of some other person, that is minor child, is getting clubbed in the hands of Mr. X. Getting my point? All of you clear with this? Priya, Devyani, is it absolutely clear to all of you? So this is anti-tax avoidance provision. Mr. X was trying to avoid tax on 1 lakh. Government says you should pay tax on this 1 lakh. This will be now, taxable in your hands only. Wonderful, wonderful. So I have given you the logic of clubbing of income. Now we will see exactly in which cases clubbing provisions apply. This is just one important example, that is income of minor child will be clubbed in hands of that parent whosoever income is greater before such clubbing. So what we will do now, there are such instances where some other person's income is clubbed in hands of SSC. So now we will learn them with in the sequence of importance. Are you ready? The first one we should do is income of minor child. So see, all income arising to minor child shall be included in total income of his or her parent. The income of minor child shall be included with the income of that parent whose total income is higher, and where marriage of parent does not subsist, means they have divorced, then it will be included in income of that parent who maintains the child. Clear? And friends, in whosoever hands the income is getting clubbed, that parent will get exemption. I'm sarcastically saying it, very big amount of exemption. How much exemption that parent will get? That parent will get exemption of 1500 rupees per annum per child, and that exemption will be allowed only and only if SSC is out of section 115 BAC. Make sense, all of you? Yes, sir. This exemption can be claimed only if SSC is out of section 115 BAC. Okay. Now, but some incomes of minor will not be clubbed. Okay, so some incomes of minors will not be clubbed. For example, minor is a child artist, minor is a sportsman, minor, is doing some manual labor, like he's waiter in the hotel or he's working in the on the construction site as a laborer. So such incomes of minor will not be clubbed. In short, it will be taxed in whose hands? In short, it will be taxable in the hands of minor himself. Getting it? So see, income from manual work done by him or activity involving application of skill, talent, specialized knowledge will not be clubbed. Further, you know what? If minor is suffering from disability, what disability? Disability like mental retardation, locomotor disability, blindness, then income of minor will not be clubbed. It will be taxed in the hands of minor himself. Logic is parents are trying to create source of income for the minor to secure his future. So that income will not be getting clubbed. Did you all understand the logic as well as the first provision of clubbing of income of minor child? Because this is the most critical, you can say, provision. Yes or no, just confirm to me in the chat window. Yes, I can see Saili, Prerna, Devyani, Priyanka, Ankita, Muskan, Anam. Is it clear to all of you? Shall we go ahead? Yes, wonderful. Let's see one basic example on this. Okay. So if anyone asks you that state certain provisions in which clubbing applies or state certain cases in which clubbing applies, you can give the case of income of minor child. And along with that, you can state this ILU also, this example also. See, what is the example? Mr. K has children consisting two daughters and two sons. So can I say he has D1, D2, S1, S2. All are minors. Annual income of two daughters was 9,000 and 4,500, and sons was 6,200 and 4,300 respectively. Clear? Makes sense? Daughter who has income of 4,500 is suffering from disability. So this daughter's income, will not be clubbed. Make sense? This daughter's income will not be clubbed. Okay. Compute the amount of income earned by minor children to be clubbed in the hands of Mr. K. Simple. 9,000 plus 6,200 plus 4,300. This is the answer. So answer is 19,500. If SSC is in 115 BAC, then the answer is 19,500. Make sense? Because income of daughter 1, son 2 is going to get clubbed. Okay, but if SSC is out of 115 BAC, if SSC is out of 115 BAC, what is the difference? Exemption will be allowed to the extent of, do you remember, exemption will be allowed to the extent of rupees 1,500 per annum per child sorry, daughter to's income, so we are not clubbing only. So now taxable figures will change. They will become 7,500, 4,700 and 2,800. And take the totals now. 7,500 plus 4,700 plus 2,800. You will get 15,000. Are you all getting 15,000? So when you are out of 115 BSc, the answer would be 15,000. Is it clear to all of you? Check. Here I have assumed that I am out of 115 BSc and I have done the calculation. Clear? And then I have written the note that income of daughter whose income is 4,500 and suffering from disability under ATU shall not be clubbed in the hands of Mr. K. Make sense? Is it clear to all of you? So this completes one case, one very important case of clubbing, that is income of minor child. So if all of you are okay with this, do like the session. I know you have liked it by heart, but now please press the like button also on the YouTube. Okay, going ahead, I will now tell you next case of clubbing. Okay, next case of clubbing means in the sequence of importance is this. This is the next case of clubbing in the sequence of importance. Income arising to spouse. See, I'll tell you with very simple language. What happened? Pratik Neve is partner in one firm, is partner in one partnership firm. From this partnership firm, my wife gets salary. That salary will be taxed not in my wife's hand, but that salary will be taxed in my hands. Did you understand? So, income arising to spouse means income arising to my wife by way of remuneration, salary from a concern like a firm or a private limited company or LLP, in which the individual has substantial interest. Substantial interest means 20% or more in profit share. Clear? So basically, in this firm, suppose my profit sharing ratio is 1:1, means my profit sharing ratio is 50%. Getting my point? So friends, from this firm, if my wife gets remuneration, then that will not be taxable in the hands of my wife, but that will be clubbed in my hands. Make sense, all of you? Yes, absolutely, sir. So, this will happen only if my wife is not having is not having qualification. Okay. So, see, such income arising to spouse is to be included in total income of individual. But if remuneration received by my spouse is attributable to application of technical or professional knowledge and experience of spouse, then income will not be clubbed. That means if she is herself qualified for getting that salary, then income will not be clubbed. Okay, so keeping this in mind, we can solve one beautiful question. Okay, so I request you to go to illustration 3. So just ask yourself have you understood first two cases of clubbing? Income of minor child to be clubbed in hands of that parent whose income is greater before such clubbing. Second, remuneration received by spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest shall be clubbed. Yes. So let's see this question. With this, things will get more clear. Mr. A is employee of Larsen Limited. So I can see Mr. A is employee of Larsen Limited and has substantial interest in that company. His salary is 25,000 per month. So can I say his salary is 3 lakh rupees? 25,000 into 12. Mr. A, sorry, Mrs. A also is working in that company at salary of 10,000 per month. This is interesting. Wife is working in that company in which husband has substantial interest. At what salary? At salary of 10,000 per month. So friends, Mrs. A, but it is without any professional qualification. So what will happen? That salary of 10,000 into 12, 1,20,000 will get clubbed in hands of Mr. A. Yes or no? That's what we have learned just now. It is said that you ignore standard deduction. Then it is said he also receives, means A also receives 30,000 as income from securities. So can I say there is a IFOS, income from other sources, 30,000 earned by Mr. A. Mrs. A owns a house, very good, which she has let out. So now comes HP income of Mrs. A. Rent received for such house property is 12,000 per month. Very good now. So there is a GAV of 12,000 into 12. 1,44,000. But there is no municipal tax paid. So that itself is NAV. From NAV, you take standard deduction of 30%. What is that? So 1,44,000 into 30%, 43,200. So can you tell me what is final income of our Mrs. A? Isn't it 1,08,000? So 1,08,000 friends is HP income of Mrs. A. Do you agree with me? In short, now I can get, because from next point onwards, there minor children's information is given. So at this point, I can calculate what are the incomes of Mr. and Mrs. So Mr. A's income is 4,50,000, 3 lakh plus 1,20,000 plus 30,000. Are you all getting 4,50,000? Yes, sir. Now, friends, whose income is greater before clubbing? Income of Mr. is greater before clubbing income of minor children. Do you agree? So income of minor children should be clubbed in hands of Mr. A. Now go to minor children. They have 3 minor children, 2 twin daughters and 1 son. So can I say D1, D2 and S1? Okay, income of twin daughters is 2,000 per annum. Friends, it is not said that it is 2,000 rupees per child. It is not said like that. It is just said that it is 2000 per annum. So can I say D1, D2 together it is 2000, and for son it is 1200. The end. You have to compute income of Mr. A, Mrs. A, assuming that they are going to be out of 115 BAC. You know that when they are out of 115 BAC, exemption is allowed for minor children's income. Saili ji, Prerna ji, how much exemption is allowed per annum per child? So exemption is allowed up to rupees 1500. Do you agree? But my income of this son one is only 1200. So I will get exemption of 1200 and zero will be clubbed. Nothing will be clubbed. Same with D1, D2. For D1, daughter 1, exemption is up to 1500. For daughter 2, exemption is up to 1500. So total is up to 3000. But I have only 2000. So again, to be clubbed is 0. So friends, nothing will be taxable with respect to children, in this case, in the hands of Mr. A and Mrs. A. Did you understand? Nothing will be taxable. Clear? Wonderful, wonderful. See this, income of twin daughters 2000 less exempt up to 1500 each. So exempt was 2000 or 3000, whichever is lower. So exempt was 2000. As far as minor son is concerned, exempt was 1200 or 1500, whichever is lower. So 1200. So nothing get clubbed in the hands of Mr. A. Eventually, final income of Mr. A continues to be 4,50,000 and of Mrs. A it is 1,08,000. So will you be able to, if anyone asks you that what are the cases in which clubbing applies, will you be able to explain these two cases? Minor child's income, and secondly, salary or remuneration received by spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So now I will go to third important case. May I? Yes. So friends, see, third important case of clubbing is this. Suppose gifted me, my wife gifted me FD of rupees 10 lakhs. On that FD, I earned interest. Friends, this interest now will not be taxable in my hands. It will be taxable in hands of my wife. Make sense? So income arising to spouse from assets transferred without adequate consideration. My wife gave me cash of 10 lakh rupees, means gift of 10 lakh rupees. So of course, when I received that gift, it is not taxable because it is received from relative. But that gift I invested, that amount I have invested in FD and I earned interest on that. That interest will not be taxable in my hands, but it will get taxable in hands of my wife. Did you understand? Yes. Another example, I gifted shares to my wife. On that shares, of course, my wife earned some dividend. Now that dividend will not be taxable in her hands, but that dividend will be taxable in my hands. Make sense? Otherwise, people will do tax planning like that. The one who is earning good will generate assets, transfer to someone else in his family, and that person will earn income. But government says no, nothing doing. It will get clubbed in the hands of transferer. Is it clear, Muskan ji, Pallavi ji, Saili ji? Yes. Wonderful, wonderful, nice, amazing, amazing. I hope, friends, you have watched yesterday's session also, because to yesterday's session I did not see so many likes. So go ahead and like yesterday's session also. Your like means it just indicates that you have watched the session. Okay, and it acknowledges that you have understood the things. Okay, now, so income arising from an asset transferred otherwise than for adequate consideration means free of cost or not in connection with agreement to live apart from one spouse to another shall be included in total income of transfer. Clear? Now I want to tell you one example for this, and the example is really wonderful. See, example is like this. If my wife has gifted me something in cash, means in money terms, and I start business with that money. Clear, na? I start business with that money. In business, do you agree I will earn profits? Yes, sir. Of course. In business, you will earn profits. That profit now should be taxable in whose hands? With whose money I did the business? I did the business with money of my wife. So that will get taxable in hands of my wife. Did you understand? So on that note, this illustration is there. So if you are ready, we will solve this illustration. Are you ready? Just tell me in the chat window. Yes. So see, Vaibhav started a business on 1/4/24 with capital of 5 lakh. So Vaibhav had capital of 5 lakh. He started the business. But unfortunately, he has incurred a loss of 2 lakhs during 24/25. So now his own invested money got down by 2 lakh rupees. So now he's sitting with 3 lakh rupees. Okay, as on when? As on 1st April 25, he's sitting with 2 lakh rupees. Vaibhav. Now what happens? See, to overcome financial position, his wife Vaishali, who is a software engineer, gave a gift of 5 lakh on 1/4/25, which was immediately invested in the business by Vaibhav. So now friends, this was Vaibhav's money, 3 lakh rupees plus 5 lakh is gifted by Mrs. Vaibhav, means Vaishali. So what is the total capital now he has? Do you agree that now he has put in business 8 lakh rupees? His own 3 lakh rupees and Vaishali's 5 lakh rupees. Now he is successfully doing business with 8 lakh rupees and he earns a profit of 4 lakh. So do you agree 4 lakh profit is earned on 8 lakhs of capital? But from this 8 lakhs, how much is gifted by Vaishali? Gifted by Vaishali is 5 lakh. So can you tell me how much profit you can say is attributable to Vaishali's 5 lakhs? So do cross multiplication. 4 lakh multiplied by 5 lakh upon 8 lakh. 4 into 5 divided by 8. Are you all getting 2.5 lakhs? Check and tell me. Yes, sir. So 2.5 lakhs is what? Sorry. 2.5 lakhs is your what? Amount that will be clubbed in the hands of Vaishali. Check. Amount to be clubbed 2.5 lakhs. Make sense? All of you? Only one thing I want to tell you. They have asked you one sub question that is like this. If Mrs. Vaishali gave the said amount as loan, not as gift, but as loan, then what will happen? Friends, then clubbing provisions will not attract if the amount is not given as gift, but if the amount is given as loan. Did you all understand this point? Very good. So friends, here three important cases we have done of clubbing of income. Let's try to understand few more cases, but which are relatively not so important. Okay, but you should know them. We should once go through them. So, fourth case. Fourth case I will like to do is this. Son's income arising to son's wife. Son's wife means what? Daughter-in-law. My father gifted debentures to my wife. Whatever interest on debentures is earned by my wife will be clubbed in hands of my father. Getting it? Or my mother gifted shares to my wife. Whatever dividend is earned on that shares will be clubbed in hands of my mother because it is income arising to son's wife from asset transferred without adequate consideration. Make sense? All of you? The example, there is Mr. A and there is DIL, daughter-in-law of, not Dil, daughter-in-law of Mr. A. Mr. A gifted debentures to daughter-in-law, to his daughter-in-law. On this debentures, she earned interest. This interest will be clubbed in hands of Mr. A. Make sense? All of you? Yes. Government goes one step ahead. See, government goes one step ahead and tells you income arising from transfer of assets for the benefit of spouse or son's wife. Means what? I transferred some of my assets, say like house or say like FD, to in name of my friend. But there is a strict instruction and strict, order that whatever rent is there of that house or whatever interest is there of that FD, that will be transferred to my spouse. Then government says eventually money on that asset is coming back in your house. So that will be clubbed in the hands of transferor. Clear? So suppose interest on that FD is 1 lakh rupees. My friend is earning that, but there is an instruction given that that has to be transferred for benefit of my wife. Then friends, that 1 lakh rupees eventually will be taxable in my hands. What I was trying to do, I was trying to avoid tax. But this tax avoidance will not be possible because of applying this provision of clubbing. So actually, clubbing provisions are specific anti avoidance rules. SAAR, specific anti avoidance rules, are these provisions of clubbing. They will stop SSE from avoiding tax. Clear? Comfortable? All of you? Yes. Wonderful. 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 So I hope, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that this topic is clear to all of you. Yes or no? And then there is one concept called as cross transfers. We will do this and end this session of today. Clear? One interesting concept, cross transfer. So you know that government is trying hard to stop the tax avoidance, isn't it? Government is trying very hard to stop tax avoidance. So they have put provisions of clubbing. But you know, SSC will always think of some way for avoiding tax. Like it happens in this example. There is Mr. V, there is Mrs. V. You know, if Mr. V gives some gift to Mrs. V and Mrs. V earns income on that, then that will be clubbed in the hands of Mr. V. So no tax planning can be done. So there is Mr. V's brother, and here is Mrs. V's, sorry, Mr. V's brother, and here is his wife. Whose wife? Mr. V's brother's wife. Clear? Mr. V's brother's wife. Now, whole point is, if Mr. V's brother gives something to his wife, then it will be clubbed in hands of Mr. V's brother. Both are having a good amount of 5 lakhs in excess. So they are trying to do tax planning using this 5 lakhs. They know if they gift it to their respective wives, it will become finally income on that will be clubbed in their hands. So what idea is done, you know? Mr. V gifts 5 lakhs to wife of his brother, and Mr. V's brother gifts 5 lakhs to Mrs. V. Now friends, what will happen? And they do FD of this 5 lakhs. They do FD of this 5 lakhs. Now whatever interest is earned on this FD ideally should not get clubbed. Do you agree, Priya? Prerna? And Ria? Clear? Akhand? Saili? Priyank? Okay. Now, understand. Government says nothing doing. We know that you are trying to fool us. So now, whatever interest is earned on this FD, that FD might be from Mr. V's brother's amount, and whatever income interest is earned on this FD, it might be on Mr. V's gifted amount, but nothing doing. That interest will get clubbed. So this interest will get clubbed in hands of Mr. V, and this interest will get clubbed in hands of Mr. V's brother, because these are not genuine gifts, isn't it? These are given in order for tax avoidance. Yes, for gift of this 5 lakhs, this 5 lakhs is the consideration. So these two gifts are very mutually connected to each other, isn't it? So see the whole case now. So cross transfers. You know, one cross is formed here. That's why cross transfers. See, Mr. Vasudevan gifted a sum of 6 lakh to his brother's wife on 14th June 25. On on 12th July 25, his brother gifted a sum of 5 lakhs to Mr. Vasudevan's wife. Friends, here cross transfers are worth 5 lakhs. 1 lakh is genuine gift. The gifted amounts were invested as FDs. Examine consequences. See, these are cross transfers. Income from assets transferred would be assessed in hands of deemed transferor, because the transfers are so intimately connected, means so closely connected to form part of single transaction, and each transfer constitutes consideration for other by being mutual or otherwise. If two transactions are interconnected and are part of same transaction in such a way that it can be said that circuitous method was adopted as a device to evade tax, implication of finally clubbing provisions would be attracted. Now this was decided in Keshavji Morarji case by Honorable Supreme Court. Accordingly, the interest income arising to Mrs. Vasudevan in the form of interest on FD would be included in total income of Mr. Vasudevan, and interest income arising to his brother's wife would be taxable in hands of Mr. Vasudevan's brother to the extent of amount of cross transfers, that is rupees 5 lakhs. This is because both Mr. Vasudevan and his brother are indirect transferers of income to their respective spouses. Instead of me gifting 5 lakh to my spouse, I have gifted 5 lakh to my brother's spouse, and instead of he gifting to his spouse, he has gifted to my spouse. However, interest income earned by his spouse on FD of 5 lakhs alone would be included in hands of Vasudevan's brother, and not interest income on entire FD of 6 lakhs, as cross transfer is only of rupees 5 lakhs. Is it, friends, 100% clear to all of you? So if anyone asks you what are the important cases where clubbing provisions will apply, so you will say, number 1, minor child's income. Number 2, salary income of spouse from a concern in which other spouse has substantial interest. Number 3, income earned on assets which are gifted by spouse. Then 4th, income earned on assets which are gifted to son's wife. Okay, and then you can also talk about cross transfers. So I hope, friends, that this session was absolutely helpful to all of you. Thank you so much for being such wonderful audience. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any such important videos. Yes, Prerna, Akhan, Saili, Priya, any doubt? Devyani, Riya, Ankita. If any doubt, Muskan, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to solve that doubts. So friends, and any doubt? Okay. So shall we end the session? Yes. So thank you so much. See you in next session. Till then, keep smiling, keep studying and stay blessed.